welcome, Madonna.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how was your Christmas?
Lovely.
How was your New Year's?
Perfect.
Oh, wonderful.
You know, champagne, chocolates, cheeses, yummy stuff, which is why we're going to talk weight loss today.
Great. No, that's good, because a lot of people do, after Christmas, sort of do have that aftermath, like...
And the
I ate
freak
too much.
out.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's no need to panic.
No. And it's sort of like people often will try all sorts of things that may or may not work, and then they get disheartened, and then they, you know, get bummed out and just can't get motivated
and
to keep moving on.
Tomorrow's another day.
It is.
You know, it's one of those, like, you know, I guess the key to weight loss is when you have those crash days, don't worry about it. Start again fresh.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like, start fresh. Waste your day out, that's fine if you have to binge, but the next day start again.
That's right. Because the damage that you've done in that short term is going to be outweighed by the fact that you are going to be doing the good things every day. And I think it's about making yourself a list that you put on the fridge, you know, keeping up those things that you need in your life. And everyone's different. So some people, it will be the stress that makes them put on weight. It will be the fact that they're having an extra 2 glasses of wine every day because they've got visitors over. You know, those little bits and pieces can add up to calories that can then add up, of course, to a few extra kilos. So lots of people, in America, they've done studies, and the average person over Christmas puts on about 850 grams, which is less than a kilo. So, you know, overall, it doesn't tend to be too bad. The problem is that if we don't get that off, and we're putting that on every single year, by the time we're in our, you know, 60s, 70s, that can be, you know, that added risk of everything we've been chatting about the last few weeks, the heart disease, the diabetes, the cancers, those sorts of things. So there's so much information out there, and I have people every day of the week coming into the clinic going, well, I've tried this, I've tried that, what's the go? One of the things that I believe, and lots of people will hate me for this, but if you don't have an appetite in the morning, then I think something like intermittent fasting is going to be the best thing for you.
Really? Because
yes.
I'm like that. I'll wake up and I just do not have an appetite. I
yeah,
can have
right.
coffee, but if I eat anything, I feel sick.
Yes, yes. And that's a sign for some people that the liver it still hasn't metabolised the meal from the night before. So if you're waking up not hungry, and then, you know, because we've been told for 30 years that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, if you wake up with an appetite, I'm not talking to you. If you wake up with no appetite, why would you be stuffing your body filled with food that your body is going to have a hard time dealing with? And so many people tell me they get up and they eat and they feel nauseous for hours. So, and nausea is a classic liver sign. So it's just one of those funny things. We've got to unbelieve or unlearn what we've learned and work out what really works for our body. Have you heard some of the research about intermittent fasting? It's really quite phenomenal.
I've heard a little bit, not a great deal.
So they're really using it for things like cancer, for dementia, for things that are really, you know, on the rise that medically they don't know what to do with. They know they're going to bankrupt our countries, you know, so that's why they're putting so much research into weird things like intermittent fasting. And of course, it's something that costs us nothing, which is the best thing about it. Now the research... The way that I sort of think about intermittent fasting is there's a number of hours, including your sleep, that you don't eat in the day. So the one that's had the most research on it, and this is the scariest one, is the 18-6. So you don't eat for 18 hours a day and you do eat for 6 hours a day. So it could be from, say, like 1 p.m. till 7 p.m. or 2 p.m. till 8 p.m. Or it could be from, if you're a morning person, it could be from 8 a.m. till 2 p.m. So it really depends on your metabolism and whether you're, you know, because everyone's different, if this suits you. But it can be amazing. What they've found is that it increases hormones in the brain that help to increase the production of brain cells. So it's actually helping in people with dementia, which is phenomenal. So there's something called BDMI. I can't remember what it stands for, but basically this BDMI increases dramatically when people do the 18-6. So... But nonetheless, they've done studies on 16-8, so eating 8 hours a day, not eating for 16 hours. And in that 16 hours, I'm not talking you can't have anything. You can have water, you can have herbal teas, you can have black coffees. So, you know, you can still get things into your body if you want to. And I think one of the things that people can do is add to it gradually. You know, so if they're worried about how they're going to go, once again, because of belief systems or that sort of thing, then waking up in the morning and for a start, go till 9 o'clock and see how you feel. And then go till 10 o'clock and see how you feel after a week or two. And I've had people who the weight just starts to shift if they're prepared with the foods they eat in that 6 to 8 hours.
Yeah, so it's all about making some changes and sticking to it. And,
Absolutely.
but at the same time, don't beat yourself up if you have those
Oh.
little crashes. Get back onto it, just like
Exactly.
I was back onto it. All right, well, you know what, I'm the same with that with food. I can't take my eyes off it half the time.
Can't take my eyes off of you?
Hey, speaking of that right now, here he is, John Lloyd Young, I should say. Can't keep my eyes off of you.
Very nice.
This is AFM 100.3, 16 minutes past 11, Sandy and Madonna.